Hello, Y2PC. This is Steve, and you're watching Smoking Cardboard. I'm smoking my military mount J Mouton pipe, sandblasted black. You probably can't see it too well, and it is 9 mil. Pretty thin margins for that one. Works out just fine. And in it, I am smoking some Mac Baren London Burley. I don't think I smoke this pipe all that frequently. I'm not exactly sure. Initially, I was trying to limit it to Virginia blends, and I just found them to be kind of harsh in this pipe. So I guess it took me a little bit of time and stubbornness to realize that maybe it was good to try other types of blends in this pipe. Oddly enough, I think almost all the pipes um, that smoke Virginia's the best are bent for me. I don't know. I guess I think that's odd because I think straight pipes would do just as well. So I think I have a tendency to purchase pipes that have some sort of bend in them. I have no idea if it actually makes any sort of difference, but I have both kinds. I would say the one pipe that I have that's a full bend looks like a saxophone, is definitely way wetter smoke than my other pipes. I am, oh, every single time I smoke that thing, I have to, um, in the middle of smoke, take it apart. I almost need to use 2 filters for a smoke with that thing. Just gets sopping wet. Smoke's good though. It's good well enough. It's just a lot of moisture. Anywho, spent some more time with this blend, the London Burley Flake. I don't think it's flake. This is flake. No. I mean, it's a ready rub. It doesn't say on here what they call it, but it is rubbed. It's a rubbed out press of some sort. And I think the flavoring note is just not quite something that draws me in. It's kind of like, oh, okay. But I could see someone who really likes the flavoring note just be their jam. And I could also see people who really dislike it, it would just be an immediate turn off. It's not strong, super strong or offensive, but it is like, I feel like at the forefront of almost, you know, the whole smoke. I don't know what flavor that is. I would maybe go with like a caramel vanilla sort of thing. I have no idea. I don't know. Maybe someone else does. Anyway, this week, life staying still really busy. Getting a lot of I don't know. It's just kind of been a tough week. Trying to um, how do I say this? Seems like at different spots, the things that uh, I want for various people in my life are hard to make happen. There is definitely a desire in my heart for people to get along and treat each other kindly and with respect. And I also want people to have a healthy confidence and, um, you know, a servant attitude alongside that. And, I hope I resemble some of that sometimes. It's tough to do that, but a lot of times it's hard to encourage people you care about to do those sorts of things in some instances because they're the one that you know puts out those those feelings, those vibes. So it's just kind of been at work. I always kind of question how to lead in such a way that makes everyone do better, and how much involvement do you uh, have in different people's work and um, in relationships that exist within your group and stuff, and just kind of been trying to make good decisions there. That can be difficult. Responding with level-headed thinking and taking more time to ask questions rather than assume. And then at home, my wife and I were trying to go through some stuff for our growth group, and we were just not communicating well. I think we were trying to communicate well, and some of our issues and fears and insecurities kind of came out to prevent us from hearing and reacting in ways that were like super beneficial. So we're kind of able to get through it and kind of analyze and figure out what sort of insecurities and issues that are preventing us from thinking very clearly, having trust in one another or in God. But it was difficult getting there, and I will say, man, having some of that stuff kind of pop out when you're out in public can be really stressful. And then my children, just having a tougher week and trying to find ways to have our home reflect healthy relationships, so that when they leave the home, they can kind of know what those healthy relationships look like, and know what it's like to be be a kind, respectful person that cares about the people around them. So, yeah. Trying to figure out ways to do that well, encouraging them and not just taking them down, and discouraging them or making them more frustrated. How do I change someone's heart to uh, elicit long-term change versus just temporary? Um, I'm just being nice so that I can get my stuff back, remove the punishment. And I think that, I don't know, I think in our lives it's kind of difficult sometimes. Sorry, this is becoming quite the ramble. I didn't know what I was going to talk about, but I guess this is what I'm talking about. There is something about having a tough time revealing the things within ourselves which are not good but still present. Um, to anybody, really. There's definitely this sense that um, anything not good about myself that gets revealed will just be used against me, or I'll be portrayed as someone who's not great. People treat me differently. But there seems to be something that happens sometimes when people start to display vulnerability. Usually there's kind of the two reactions. One is the whole, I can't believe you were vulnerable like that. That was stupid because no one else is going to be vulnerable, and uh, you know, going to hold that against you or act like it never happened or something like that. Now, other times you can get this communal, like, yeah, ready to be vulnerable with you response. And it can be quite freeing and um, healing for a lot of people because they don't get opportunities very often to be truthful about things that bother them internally about themselves. I just think about that because some of that stuff I'm reading is kind of pointing me to thoughts about how does one, in a healthy way, recognize their sin and their uh, the things about themselves which are not good, in a healthy way, recognize them. What does that look like to not ignore them or hide them? But other ways, it's kind of so much easier for us to point those things out to other people and want to change them and want to think, how in the world could you let that happen or get that? If it's sort of things that you struggle with, or then it's a lot easier to go, I know exactly why. Because you can relate. But things you can't relate to is really hard. It can be hard. I guess I say all these things mostly because as a, in some of these situations, leader, companion, friend, and these different relationships that I'm trying to help make better. It's difficult when I myself don't have it all together. I myself am needing these same corrections, these same interventions to responding and communicating better. And I think that's normal. I think that's good to recognize. And I think it's, yeah, just worth working on, thinking about. So, anyway, that was a whole lot of blabbing. I don't know if I said anything that was helpful to anybody, but I guess I'm processing. Drinking some black tea. I made this about 4 hours ago, thinking that's when I was going to have my smoke. But then all these plans kind of changed, and I realized that that was not a good idea to have that smoke then. And so I'm glad I did not. And that's fine. I just can't do the whole start a smoke, set my pipe down, pick it up, start smoking again, put the pipe down. Even if I like switch out filters, because I'm a filtered smoker, I can't do it. It really kind of attacks my palate really bad. It feels like I'm all of a sudden smoking like some really acidic stuff as soon as that pipe is cooled and I try to smoke it again. Just really bad experience. So I've just learned, no, not worth it. Just pack another bowl if you want to stop and then keep smoking. So I guess it makes me kind of not very flexible because I'm usually trying to get my whole smoke in all at once. And sometimes that stuff comes up and I just have to be good about giving up on that bowl, and not a big deal. Anyway, International Pipe Smoking Day coming up. Sales starting to come out. I'm doing good so far. I'm not tempted to buy anything more. I just bought that one pipe. I haven't bought any tobacco this year. I've had opportunities to buy tobacco and I didn't. Definitely see tobacco prices raising here in the States, online at least. But nothing that's super serious. It's only a huge problem if you smoke a lot or you're trying to hoard tobacco for the apocalypse of tobacco. So, anywho, I hope you all have a great weekend. I think I will. I think it'll be better. Hopefully, you can pray for me, my wife, as we start this Bible study this weekend. Just pray for unity and clarity of thoughts. We'll talk to y'all later. Happy smokes.